Next up, we'd like to bring to the stage someone who's been a big part of Microsoft's story since the early 1980s. Let's hear from tonight's gold sponsor, We Communications. It's my pleasure to introduce Melissa Waggener Zorkin, founder and global CEO of We. Melissa.
And it's a real honor to be here. All my We colleagues are here too. I know they're very honored and excited to be here. You know, usually the PR people are behind the curtain. So I'm just a little bit nervous because there's Steve Ballmer. He's just sitting right there. Yeah, so I need to do well. So decades ago, I started a PR agency, which is now called We Communications. And our third big pitch was Microsoft. And I remember presenting to Bill Gates and the then President John Shirley and Pam Edstrom. They were all in the room. And that was one of the best days of my career, because not only did we win the Microsoft account, but I got Pam Edstrom to join my company. And I had actually asked her twice before, and she said no for both of those times. So I also had the dubious distinction of taking Bill Gates on his very first press tour. And I have the even more dubious distinction of getting lost while we were driving to Byte magazine. And we drove through three states to get to Peterborough, New Hampshire. Now, New England has small states, but still it wasn't my best day. So we were off and running. And it's interesting because Pam Edstrom, who I really wish was here, she passed away 7 years ago, was leading the charge for all those years. And our job, to go back to what Brad just said, was to tell this story with something that was very outrageous at the time. It was a computer on every desk and in every home. Well. That's all I have to say. And at that time, the world was just beginning to grasp this tremendous power of personal computing, similar to what we're experiencing now with the AI revolution. And from the very start, our agency thrived on this idea of really telling super complex things and stories and helping people understand those things. And so, in fact, just a couple of days ago, I just have to give a quick shout out. We actually relaunched our brand, which shouts out our strategy, which is basically what Microsoft has been doing for decades and decades, and that is humanizing complexity to realize progress. And we have had the great fortune to be able to work alongside of all of you for decades and decades. And you have led the way, advancing society for all those years. And it has been not only thrilling, not only the need to earn the business every single day, but actually for us, one of the most rewarding things of our company that we've ever done. And I have to say, as I finish up, what I loved is that the Microsoft executives read so voraciously, cared about what all the editors were saying, and then educated and took the time with all those editors. And that's why today they are so well known, and the influentials and the relationships that they've built have been so successful. So here is to Microsoft. Cheers for making for 50 years the impossible possible. And I can't wait to see what is next. Yeah?
Thank you. I have to take that on. Thanks. Yeah. Thanks, Melissa, and thanks to We for sponsoring this event tonight.